The small look. No, we cannot save you. Yeah. Okay.
Matthias, you want to say something? Hello. We are Davidson Canada, consulting company specialized in IT. We are really happy to host here, to have you here. If you want to know us more, do not hesitate to meet me at the end, or meet Florian and Matthias over there if they are still here. Hello. So please be welcome and have fun here.
Thank you, Davidson. We're also offering the pizza for your belly. And also thank you to GDG and Flutter Meetup Network for making this happening also. So we're gonna introduce Stacy. Oh, there's a mistake. It's okay. No one see. Stevie.
Stevie? I got this one.
Okay, cool.
Oh, just for recording. It's my ego.
I think this one.
If it's picking up over there too. You good? All right, cool. All right. Okay. All right. Elsie? You're good? You're good? He's watching cat video while he's recording. So hi, well, hello everyone. Gonna try not to just stand there, but yeah. So my name is Stacy Verno. I'm a senior customer solution architect at Badal. It's a part of TELUS Network and TELUS Business, but mainly that's where I work. That's one thing. I'm the organizer. Well, one of the organizers. Now I have two co-organizers of GDG Cloud Montreal, which is Google Developer Group Cloud Montreal. So of course, it's like a meetup, but specific to Google Cloud. So everything we talk about is around the Google Cloud ecosystem. And I've been playing with Google Cloud, call myself an enthusiast versus like a fanboy, since 2015. So been using it for a while. And the goal today, basically, like was mentioned, there was a bunch of events like Google I/O happened. Before that, there was Google Cloud Next in Vegas. There's a bunch of announcements that was there since within the extended family of everything Google with Flutter and GDG Montreal also more on the dev side, but like let's kind of mix the events together. That's what we tried to do. So I just raised my hand and said, "Yep, we can. I can tackle this part." So the idea today is just go through, and this is going to be a high level, going through all those topics. So like infrastructure, the AI models, the AI platform, and agents. Of course, you have to talk about agents if you're talking about AI, database security, and some extras. As I've built this deck, like anything else, especially if you're doing a deck on AI, it's like you finish a slide and there's already something wrong about it because they changed it and there's something new. So trying to keep it current. So we'll, and I'll also like be mindful of the time. I realize that I am the blocker between you and the pizza. So want to be, so want to keep it, I want to bore you to sleep. So I wanted to start with everything that's infrastructure. Well, not everything, but like basically the announcements. So what was new in Google Cloud from I/O and Next that was announced? Like, of course, when you're running AI models or you want to train your own models, you need the horsepower to do that. So at Next, they announced the Ironwood TPU, which is that tensor processing unit. So that's where it's a purpose-built chipset whose sole purpose is to actually like train your model. So when we think about really machine learning, not just like Gemini or stuff like that, but real machine learning, writing your own models, and trying to do that intelligence decisioning, and then you need something to train that model. Usually you'll have a TPU or more than one in the back end. So they've announced their the latest one, which is more AI focused, and also usually TPU equals a massive amount of dollars when you run it. So kind of be like smart and intelligent, and also say cost conscious when you actually train your model. They've announced, and this is again like this is a use case that's really not for everybody, but it's just something that's interesting for anybody who's working inside like a bigger corporation. They've announced Gemini on Google Distributed Cloud. What is Google Distributed Cloud? Just think about it, is that you have a rack of Google stuff sent by Google inside your data center, and you're able to run specific services locally. And Google is your ops team. But now they brought Gemini on-prem. If you're an insurance company, if you're a bank, and you want to leverage Gemini as a model, and you want to be able to leverage it inside your own data center without sending anything to the cloud, you're now able to do that with Gemini in GDC. Again, it's a really specific use case. Most people, they're just fine with just sending their data and doing their thing, which is fine. But this is something that that was announced, and a big shift and say, okay, now I can actually just bring this on-prem. Also talk about Cloud WAN. Just basically, you can read it, and it's recorded also. But the idea is that, let's say I have a core data center of a big office, let's say a bank with 25 branches everywhere, but I want to connect them leveraging Google's network. The Cloud WAN is basically this, is like an SDN powered by Google that you can just say, hey, I want to bring this, and this rule there, and everything is done. It's not magical, but you're able to leverage the actual network of Google to make those connections to all your endpoints, and having the backbone of Google, the back. Look, it's when we say like the amount of traffic that's on the internet and what the amount of traffic Google's network is able to ingest. Like, okay, well, most of the time it's like time 10. So then you have access to this backbone to be able to connect your offices and all that. So that was just covering the infrastructure, and again, being mindful of time. I want to talk about like the AI models and everything that was announced, but with Google, everything was rebranded around Gemini. You have it on your phone. If you're an Android user, it's there with Gemini Nano. You'll have also like the Pro version, the Flash version, and the Lite version. The Pro version is really where you can do hardcore math. You can code. I'm using it on a daily basis with an option that's called Canvas, which is basically me working with AI to update something that I want in a document, but nonstop. So it doesn't like regenerate or anything. It's actually reiterating on something that's static. Say, okay, I need I don't know, like I need something for a presentation. Let's start to iterate on this. I don't like this, make this shorter, change the tone. You're all able to do that, but it's done through 2.5 Pro because of the context window also. I need something that can process that. So that's Pro. There's also like the Flash version. So Flash version is something where all your small stuff, like you need like summarize this, generate an image. If you ask for image generation on Gemini, everything's going to be done through Flash, because it's going to process, then upload to like Imagen or VO, which are those like specific models that are purpose built to that. But of course, Pro and Flash, the thing, Flash is way cheaper. Like I don't want to use like if I say, oh yeah, well I don't know, like here's my resume, give me pointers how to make it better. Maybe your resume is a page. Use Flash. Pro is going to be more expensive. Of course, if you pay for the subscription, you don't care. You're just going to use 2.5 Pro all the time. But I mean, if you're actually making an API call and you're going to be billed on actually the call you're making, being mindful of which model you're talking to makes a big difference. That's why there's also like Flashlight, not Flash like a flashlight, but Flashlight, which is basically super fast. And even like cheaper. So if you have like like a small prompt that's going to return a small output, going with Flashlight is perfect. You can leverage that. Also, Flashlight has been used right now with some other tools at Google for upcoming ways of changing the way we like when you make a prompt, the decision comes to like the output to make it even more efficient. So it's a super fast and super efficient model. That's also GA as of like last week or the week before. So there's a few things also, like it's just Gemini is everywhere, but there's other things we can leverage within the Google ecosystem in Google Cloud in terms of model. One of them is Lyria. So it's basically like text to music. You have a prompt, like write a song about blah 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 blah. So it's gonna start so that I wrote like a super dumb prompt, and if the audio works, you'll be able to listen, and you're gonna be stuck with that song in your head. It's just music, but my prompt is just like, I want a polka team demo reel for, like, I want something for an event, Flutter Montreal. So I want basically a mix of polka and dubstep, which is like, I don't know why we would mix the two together. It doesn't make sense. But I mean, whoops, sorry about that. You're able to ask this, and you get something like this. So it's, yeah, exactly. For your next Christmas party, be mindful. Let's stop it though. Okay, okay, cool. So you're able to do that, but that's something that, like, that's just like me playing dumb and having a prompt there, but it's something that's also a possibility, like meaning that, okay, like maybe I want to change the waiting time, like the waiting song, like please, is like, you're on hold, like please stay on hold, you know, blah blah blah. Then like music starts, you're actually able to, you know, generate music on demand if you want to. You also have the possibility, if I actually click here, it actually be better. Do I need to go back there? All right. We also have Chirp. So Chirp Tree is basically you know, synthesizing a voice. You can pick up the tone you want, the speaker. You can even now provide your own voice, and then you just prompt for what you want it to say, and it's going to say it. So, okay, fine, but at least you're able to, again, in the context of you know, again, like a call center or anything else.
Welcome to this Flutter Montreal event, co-hosted by GDG
You're able
Montreal
to,
and GDG Cloud
in the flow,
Montreal.
be able to
Big
like
thanks
send
to
a
Davidson
message
Montreal
based on
for hosting us.
based on a prompt and something, and send it back. But then this is generated in the back end. So if you have like an entire flow of a call center, like you're able to leverage this to, again, automate processes. The only thing I said there was just pasted exactly what I wanted. You can change the tone. Like I have a selection of 20 speakers, French, English, and then there's other 22 languages that are supported. So that allows you to do a lot on the voice side. Of course, there's also, and we saw some of them lately with the video generation. So there's not a big surprise. There's VO2. That was announced. That one is funny because VO2 was announced at Google Cloud Next, which is basically what, April, if I'm not mistaken. And then I/O came after, and they announced VO3. That okay, this is like 2 months, 3 months, not even 3 months. So VO2 said, okay, well, like give me like a golden retriever fetching data packets from the cloud. Looks like he's more like sick of something. I don't know what he ate. But that's the generation. So I said, okay, well, let's go with VO3, like 2 months after. I have audio, I have the dog. It's the same prompt. I just changed the model. So okay, so the evolution of those models and is quite nice. But now you're able to make them talk, not just bark, and give them like a proper prompt, and then you get proper context. Define your context. Like a Montrealer talks about all the orange construction cone in Montreal. Blah, blah, big surprise, and then you get a video.
If you live in Montreal, you know
like
how
this.
crazy it is with all the orange cones.
And then you have Coney, our new mascot.
We have a new mascot. Meet Coney.
So, just like with this prompt, and you were asking me like, how do you get like are you able to get those? The idea is to, and I don't want to digress, but like you can use another AI model to help you write a proper prompt, right? So. So that's the thing. It's like, give me an idea, clean my idea, which is a mess, but make it efficient in a way that I'll get my output. So that's basically what I've been doing. So another of the models is Imagen. So Imagen 3, which is like text to image, pretty straightforward. So you're able to create like photorealistic. Like I want basically an image of a server rack blooming with flowers, which is the nightmare of any guy working in a data center. Okay, so I get the output, it's fine. With Imagen 3, they brought what they call in-painting and out-painting. If you ever played with Photoshop or anything, you have layers. You can stretch the canvas, you can do your thing. You can have the same thing. So same prompt, I just continue say no, but can you add like an hummingbird, you know, like with that's feeding of a network cable. And then so that's still good. And then take this and do an out painting where it's like, okay, my original image, my second image still hasn't changed. I'm doing an out painting, which is stretching the output and putting everything in a cornfield, because why not? So I'm able to do that. So again, like the idea is to showcase the models. Like say, okay, we could do this. It's all good. So okay, maybe I can do that on my phone. But the idea is also to think that everything you're doing now, if you bring that, let's say, in the context of a job, can be done through API calls, can be done through workflows. So, okay, like we need to generate this, maybe we have a catalog of images, but that we need, based on feedback, maybe we need this new model of handbag available or new backpack. And then you just take this and have the image generate everything for you. But like I've mentioned, Imagen 3 was announced, but then 4 was announced like 2 months after. And the same prompt gives me a way more realistic, actually, server rack. Okay, so again, just to demonstrate that, like this is a 2-month step. Maybe like Imagen 5 will happen within, well, everybody's on vacation, so like in September, they'll come back, but the pace is like super fast. And then from Imagen, I also have the possibility of going from a static image to an actual video. Say, take this, make it move, and then you're able to do that through something called Media Studio. So if you're inside the Google Cloud Console itself, if you're in the AI section, there's a space called Media Studio. You can actually start playing with your images. You can do the outpainting. You can work with images and actually get some stuff out. And this will actually take and make the flowers bloom just by saying, have the flowers bloom. So it understands, it keeps everything, and it just makes everything move. Like I said, like we saw a lot of, like everybody's on their phone, and there's always some new AI stuff and everything. So, but it's always nice to know, it's like, what about all of this? Yes, I have it on my phone, but that's personal. If I switch my context to work, this is available also, but through the Google Cloud Platform itself. And to tie like most of this up, there's some, I was mentioning the API, you have the AI API, which sole purpose is basically to take API calls of text, audio, and video between an application and the API itself and be able to process those, talk about a call center. Yes? Don't know. I don't know. That's something that, what, for the live API or the, something I can check with our Google friends since I chat with them on a regular basis. So yeah, so with the live API, you're able to actually like do this, get a WebSocket, and people say, yeah, can we do something else? This is a great way of like bringing all of those functions, like the voice, the audio, the text all together, but in a workflow, which is where you're actually going to live if you work. Like nobody's going to go say, oh, I need this, then they're going to the interface. No, everything's going to be like, there's going to be a process, going to be a workflow, it's going to be a pipeline, and everything's going to be there. So let's talk about AI. So of course, there's no way of talking about AI without talking about AI agents, because like that's everything. Just want to give you an idea of like what's happening. Of course, the agents, like say, like they're the doers, but they're chilling out in the lounge somewhere. But in the agent, let's say catalog of everything that's happening within Google Cloud, and kind of segueing into, I was keep mentioning the call center for like the flows and everything. The Google Cloud Customer Engagement Suite is basically that entire ecosystem. I say, hey, I want to create a workflow with agent. It may start with a call, but then I need to make a call to Zendesk. I need to make a call to Salesforce. I need to make all that. But all of this through that platform allows you to make those connections, and in a low-code approach, while staying within the ecosystem and the platform itself, which makes actually like the teams work faster, because it's actually like tailor-made to make those connections for you. Go.
Related to agent space?
Well, agent space is you'll have it in the customer engagement suite, because that's where you're going to be able to do like either like agent search also and all that. So with it, that same envelope of umbrella of services, it falls within the that same category. So we have we also have like the what do we call like agent builder, which is basically helps you build your agents. So you'll have the ADK, which is the agent development kit. So like your SDK tailored for agent, you just install it, then you're able to do your thing. You have the Vertex AI agent engine, which is basically allows you to run. For those who know, I feel it's maybe you'll. It's like a app engine for agents. I'm not anyway. Like I don't work for Google, so I'm not a fan of what I've tested so far. But hey, I don't work for them. So and then there's the A2Agent protocol, which is actually this is great. Like the A2A protocol has been open, given to the Linux Foundation. So everybody, like let's say all the major players are actually using it. So you have agents talking to each other. They can leverage that A2A protocol. And of course, within the entire agent space, there's no way we can talk about agents without talking about MCP. Which is the Model Context Protocol. So if A2A protocol is where agents can talk to each other within the defined boundaries. Let's say if I don't know, like I just did a pull request and it got approved. My agents work that for me, but when the PR is there, I have a smart light at home, and then somebody approves my PR, I want it to blink. You could leverage MCP actually to make that call. So when my PR is accepted, make the call through MCP as a bridge that's going to connect to, let's say, my smart light system and actually have them flash. So that's where within that entire ecosystem of agents, you'll hear A2A way more often now, since it's open and given to the community. And MCP, well, it's that bridge. So put together, it's a super strong toolkit for anybody who wants to deploy agents. Oh, there you go. Yeah. It's basically it's the way this is the way it's done. Let's say my user experience and the performance of what was ran inside felt like it's half baked. That's basically it's like say you needed to put something out, you put it there. You should have maybe waited another sprint or two. It felt like this, like okay, it's like and I did some labs also like through the partner ecosystems. Like, okay.
Don't you have like security issues with integration with MCP? Because we tried the integration and there's no authorization basically. You have to get OAuth 2.1 with user consent in order to.
Yes, that's the only way. And that's why they allowed like let's say the A2A and the MCP bridge to happen together, because OAuth was actually implemented within MCP. Before that, Google was not talking about like MCP as some things like, yeah, you can do it on your own. We're not officially supporting it. Now with the latest release of MCP, with the support of proper authentication and control, yes. So if you want to go down that path, you have to go with the latest ones. So we talk about like agent space earlier on. Agent space with also like the more like the customer-centric space gives you multiple kind of neat little tools. You're able to build your own agent with pseudo no code. Like you're actually telling agents with Agent Designer what you want the agents to do, and it's going to do it for you. Like anything, no code or vibe coding, you're also creating technical debt as you write it, but that's another debate. And within the entire agent space, also like they have the Chrome search bar integration, where you'll see some demos where basically you're in your browser, and let's say you're connected at Home Depot customer support, and then on the side you have an agent that's actually interacting with you. Directly there is able to integrate inside your browser, the same way we saw with Claude, with able to, let's actually fill in stuff from Salesforce. That's something that's also there, but it's available for specific customers.
One thing to mention for that, it's hard to get in
It's beta access. Yeah. Per user per year. So it's a real business use case, but you need to have well, talk to your Google rep. That's basically he's the one who's gonna get you in. There's of course there were some like we went through the AI stuff. There was some more like down to earth stuff. Everything needs to be stored somewhere, right? So even if it's in memory. So on the database side, BigQuery is let's call it the data warehouse on the GCP side. Like that's where your data lake is going to end up cleaned up and running there. So, but also like anything else, it's coming more and more a data to AI platform, meaning that it's not like magical in the way that crap data is going to become awesome data. It's getting there. You still sometimes need a proper ETL job, like to transform everything and like clean it up. But we're at a point where somebody who has like pseudo okay data will actually be able to bring it over and have it clean in a way that's like, okay, we just shaved like 3 weeks of work with those new integration. And of course, anything else on the Cloud SQL side of things, all that, like you have like Gemini baked in. So if you want to have, let's say you have a query, you want to understand exactly what's going on, you're able to select the query, say, explain this, and it's going to tell you exactly what's going on. And if you want to change something, say, well, I need to have changed the inserts for blah, blah, blah. So you go just natural language. It can actually insert and update the query for you properly without problem. So everybody is there like, well, BigQuery. So like everybody, the only guy there is Oracle. It's the one that's it's the one that's never happy. And again, like being just to be mindful of the time, security, which is something we always get back to security, right? Like we've mentioned the MCP part, the agent part. All these agents are able to do a bunch of stuff everywhere. Say, okay, cool, yeah. Well, what about the controls? Like, if the agent is able to act on my GitHub repo, I want to make sure it actually acts only on the stuff that I want it to act. So that's not just control inside the platform where, let's say, the agent runs, but also like what key or token or federation mechanism I put in GitHub to prevent the agent for saying, hey, you know what, your repo like sucks, I just wiped it out. So thank you. But security is super important. So within Google Cloud itself, on the security front, there is, of course, security agents and also Gemini that's baked in, meaning that, let's say you're a security team and there is an incident, you're not necessarily like a security guru who understands everything. You're actually able to leverage AI on security event to get an explanation, to get remediation. Sometimes also the AI itself on the security side will, with the time, say, by the way, like this is like, there's a new pattern coming in and you should actually block it. You want me to do it? Yes. Okay, boom. Here's the rule. You want me to apply it? Yes. So you're able to have the AI work for you. So that's the thing. In a market where either we shift quick with new AI solution and companies who still need great security teams, but ramping up a security engineer is not a small task. Like you need to understand everything. But if AI is able to make the progression from there to there, so okay, cool. I can go natural language and get the same output. Cool. If you work with security, you have to deal with Yara L. It's a nightmare to write. But if you can go from natural language to Yara, cool. It's not that you don't have to learn it, but still, it just accelerates everything with you. So that's something that's within the security realm. One of the tools, and of course, like this is not like the GCP meetup, but one of the main tools for security, which is your dashboard of security, is called Security Command Center, or SCC. And Security Command Center has a plethora of tools, but one of them, keeping in mind the AI context, is called Model Armor. So if you can define guidelines about like the way you expect your model to behave. If anything weird happens or deviates from a baseline you've identified, you can actually have Model Armor either take action or notify you, and actually give you, I don't know, like somebody poisoned the well. If you do AI, there's clean data somewhere. For some reason, some engineer was able to access some of that data and inserted data that's not valid for the AI to train into. It may actually get deviation or like weird behavior from the AI model itself. Model Armor will be able to pick those up based on your baseline that you've defined and actually allow you to get notified and act. Before, if it's internal, say, yeah, it's not that bad, but imagine if it's actually serving a chatbot that's public and it start sending weird stuff it's not supposed to, or even like capture things they're not supposed to. Like, I don't know, like not so long ago, you wanted to talk to support, you filled a form. Name, first name, last name, email, blah, blah, blah. Fields were defined, all good. Now we're actually going with a chatbot most of the time for support. And the fact that there's no defined fields, people felt compelled to give extra information that nobody asked for. Here's my social security number. I don't want it. Because if you gave it to me, I'm stuck with it. Then I need to have something that's actually prevent all of that sensitive information to get to my model and to get to my data. Model Armor is something that can help you with that also. All right, not bad. I talk fast, so. It's recorded, you can play it back at 0.75x if you want to. So I was mentioning as I was doing this, there was always like new stuff popping up. I said, okay, like, you want to redo your slide? Just want to like give your 2 cents and kind of cover everything. So I put everything like the extra, and also the next talk also will cover some of them. And it goes within tooling. So anybody use Notebook LM here? Raise your hand. A few, cool. All right, so basically Notebook LM is it's like a thinking partner, but it's also like an intern, but that's actually working with the data you gave it. So basically think about having, I don't know, the way I'm using it. There was an AI certification by Google that came out not so long ago. Prep material was light, but there was a bunch of PDFs and everything. So, okay, but there's no like really test exam and everything. Take all those PDFs, put some links from like all the services online, put all of this within Notebook LM and ask him to generate 50 question random quizzes for me to train myself on, but based on data that I provided. So it's a great way to do research paper, or you want to stay within the within the context you're working on. Notebook LM is a great partner to work with. You get insights on your data. You're able to cite the sources. Like I'm prompting something, and it's telling me, oh yeah, like the answer is blah blah blah, but it came from, here's the source. Like it always validates itself. And the one thing that's nice with it also is that you're able to take, let's say, the output of everything that was done, or there's an hour and 20-minute video of the GGG Cloud Next 25 recap in French. And say, well, yeah, man, I suck in French. Can I get the TLDR in a podcast format from Notebook LM itself? So in that case, you're able to give him the podcast link, and it's gonna start summarizing thing. Is it working?
Welcome back to the deep dive. If you've ever tried to keep up with the sheer volume of
And that's
announcements pouring
all
out of
created
major
by,
tech
it's like two
conferences
podcasters were
Google
talking
Cloud
to each
Next
other. So, but it's
25,
based on
recently lit up Las Vegas.
it went through the entire
Even though
video on
it's less like
YouTube
drinking from a fire
and
hose
summed it
more
up
like trying to
in
catch water from a
17
tsunami.
minutes
It
in
truly
English.
is. Every
It
year,
doesn't care about
these
the source
events
language.
just pack so much
So-
in, defining what's next in cloud and AI. And
So you're able to, if you're on the go, it's a great way to go about it. Also, I've mentioned that a lot of time for the people. Put your link, like if you're on LinkedIn, put your LinkedIn link to your profile in there and listen to a podcast about yourself. It's gonna cheer you up. You're gonna feel like 100, yes, I need a raise now. So have a look at it. But it's super interesting to see what could be said. So within the announcements, also like there was Gemini CLI. If you're using Cloud Code, Gemini CLI, I'm not doing demos or anything. So if there's anything that's related to that, you can have a look. But it's basically free. It's open source, and you're able to just like go straight up in the CLI and start you can ask for prompt, you can ask for a bunch of stuff. You're actually have access to Gemini 2.5 Pro, so you have access through like your user account, regular account, to 2.5 Pro through the CLI, but you're also able to integrate it with it, like VS Code. If you were like in CLI mode, you're able to leverage that. So have a look. And I'm just pausing on my 2 cents because like there's going to be like there's not much left, but right now there's so much, like every day there's something new. The proof that I was writing doing the deck, there's always some like VO3, VO4, 5, 6. Oh, come on. So at one point you need to stop, but it's nice to be informed of everything that's happening right now, and it's changed on a almost like daily basis. It's also nice to know that, okay, well, there's a lot of noise, but there's stuff that can actually help me. Like I was talking about like Gemini with Canvas, other stuff, like what can actually help me in my job, regardless of the platforms. Not to pitch the Google one. I live in Google, so that's what I do. But if you're in the Microsoft ecosystem, you're good with Copilot and other things, no problem. But it's nice to actually be able to prioritize the tools that help you be better at what you do. So, because every day it's, oh yeah, the guys from Anthropic, they came up with something new. Then tomorrow it's Mistral, and then the day after is another guy. Then Cohere came up with something. Then Google's coming back with 3.0 or something. It's like, so, okay, yeah, it's a better model. If you had issue with the current model you're using and you need more performance, might be a good idea to look at it. Doesn't mean that you have to drop everything and say, yeah, that's the new thing I have to focus on. So it's really important to look at what you're doing. Is there any tools that can actually make my job better and more efficient? And there is, and focus on that. Because that's a daily struggle of trying to kind of keep up and make sure you don't miss. I know there's going to be more after the pizza, but just QR codes everywhere. If their security guy is going to freak out because QR codes are, you don't know where I'm going to bring you. I'm going to bring you somewhere else. But yeah, the Gemini CLI, other tools that out there, Notebook 11 mentioned, Firebase Studio, Google AI Studio, they're going to be mentioned. Also, like Google AI Studio is a great place to do prototyping. You can create an app with just like vibe coding. Firebase Studio is basically Project IDX that just got rebranded. So it's a fully web-based IDE with Gemini in it, and then you're actually able to just push deploy. You have a full-fledged system there, so you don't need to. You actually don't need like a fat client or anything. Just to wrap things up, like on social, if you want to know more on the Google GDG Cloud Montreal itself. Like we do regular events. Sometimes they're online, sometimes they're in person. Most of the time they're here. So you'll have the QR there. If you want to play with AI Studio or even Firebase Studio, the Google Developer Program in the middle is like, if you register there, it's also starting to give you access to some of those workspaces. So Firebase, you have like workspace, which are, let's say like a repo you can attach to. So you have like 10 for free, but just need to have like a Google Developer profile. If you want to join the Discord on GDG Cloud Montreal, you have the QR code there. We are hosted on the GDG Montreal one. You'll see a GDG Cloud Montreal public thread in there. And if you want to keep current on everything Google Cloud, there's a great blog post you can have a look at. And if you're interested in connected, I'm always open to connect with everybody. You have my link to my LinkedIn profile, top right. So I'll just leave it there if people want to scan or take a picture or whatever. And then we're good. Oui.
Outside or is that even a concern?
Well, like anything else, like if you let's say you have an agent running on Azure and you have an agent running on GCP, like with agent to agent, you're able to make a bridge, but they'll be able to talk to each other technically, but you still need a bridge between the two, and that bridge, if it's MCP, if it's something else, then security becomes a concern. If you have already, and I don't want to go like on the deep networking on the Google side, but there's something, you have cross-cloud interconnect, which allows you to interconnect AWS, Azure, and GCP on private connection. So technically, then if you have something that's running in GCP wants to talk to Azure, then you don't go over the public internet, you go over to a private link. It's just giving you a safer way to get there. You still need to secure everything because you're exposing another platform. It's not just like a call to a simple application. So yeah, we're actually making a call to Azure, and then it's okay, what's going to happen there? Like anything else, the fact that we're doing AI there, or it was VM before, big data before, and then the next one's going to be AGI, security and cleanliness of data and security are going to be always there. You have to take that into account. And that goes for, especially for agentic AI, where it's like, I did a lab where basically it's, you're giving it just a few lines of information. It's basically creating you a scenario for a movie. But within that scenario, that flow, there's a critic where, say, I want I don't know, like I want a movie from, like based on Dune, blah, 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 blah. Then it starts giving me, okay, which actor? So, okay, well, this actor, like Timothée Chalamet is going to do blah, blah. Okay, fine. That's all it's asking me. Then it's looking at, I don't know, like what's actually the story behind Dune and everything. And as it actually writes the synopsis, it goes back to the critic, which is another agent that looks at, let's say, all the books that are there on Dune. Like, are you making stuff up? And until he's happy, the agents are actually interacting with each other until the output is yes, we're good. So, like, what's happening there? Well, you know what's happening, but like you need control, like anything else.
How long will it take for the security protocols to be available off the shelf? At this point, they have to be tailored for each and every application. Within a year and a half, 2 years, that you'll have, I would say, a suite of available APIs to implement these types of tools.
But again, like the you wanna jump in? That's the truth. That's the truth. Like you can't secure what you don't know. There's always something, and that's where like either you hope that from like the audits of security and everything, you're able to catch anti-patterns or anything weird within Security Command Center or other tools where say, okay, now we need to course correct, but you're always reacting because you didn't know what you didn't know.
As a former professor, most tools, load balancing, WAF, and rules, they say that they protect, for example, against any type of data. But if you do double base 64 encoding or another more fancy way of encoding things, it completely goes through because it can't read what it can't read. And if it doesn't allow things that it can't read, it's going to block a lot of things from a lot of users.
Yep.
So that's what we're talking about security.
Yeah.
You have to know exactly.
So that's why after it's like, it's when the stuff happens because you didn't detect it, that you can detect a pattern that goes off, but it's too late. And if I'm not mistaken, I want to thank you all for your time. And thank you. And pizza time.
So we have like 13 minutes break. So you can
Bah, tu peux le faire, mais il faudra que je synchronise
So we're gonna start again. Yeah. So after Stacy, Devi. It's the Flutter Meetup Network organizer. We're gonna talk about what happened, like what they announced during Google I/O with Flutter. So, welcome to Jean. Oh, it was the same slide. Okay.
Oh, me first?
Yeah, you do first.
All right, let's talk about what's new in Flutter. Yeah.
Yeah, it's good.
So first thing is Dart language evolution. I mean, technically there was not many announcements during the Google I/O for Flutter, but there was something interesting that I actually put in the slide. So you see there's the Dart language evolution in year to year, and 2025 they introduced some few interesting stuff. So you see, first thing I see is null aware element. So you see the difference on the left side and right side. So, the question mark, and then you put the value. If it's null value, it's not going to be in the list. And then that we had to do before was on the left. So you do the if condition, and if it's not no, you put in the list. If it's no, it's going to be removed from the list. So it makes it, code much more cleaner. And Dart shorthand. So yeah, I don't know if you use the Swift, the language. I think Swift has this feature. And you see let's say the cross-X alignment enum, stretch, min, and so on. So now you don't need to put it. You just dot stretch. It automatically detects it, and then it's a super useful feature. By the way, who's using Dart language? Flutter. Who's doing the coding? Okay, all right. Just for my information. All right. Next one is property editor. So I think this one, I don't know if it's available in the Android Studio, but this feature is in the VS Code. So now you can visually edit the property of the wizard, just like that. So this is also a useful one.
So it's only wizard, right?
Only wizard, yeah. And the other one interesting is the Dart cross-compiling. So now you can build Linux-based the Dart code from Linux, Windows, and Windows machine. So you don't need to run the virtual machine to compile. For example, if you use the Raspberry Pi, and you don't have the Linux machine, you have to use the Raspberry Pi machine to compile it, which takes a lot of time, right? But with the cross-compiling the feature, you don't need that. Whatever the machine you have, you can just compile that binary from that. Now, so yeah. This one is still experimental feature, but now you can use the hot reload on the web Flutter. So once you just save your code, then you automatically reload, and it keeps the state. So if you want to use it, you can already use the flag like web experimental hot reload. Then you can already use this feature. And if you just want to try out, if you go Dartpad, it's by default Dartpad already enabled the hot reloading feature. So you can already use it. Actually, I can show you that. There's slides for that? No, start that. I don't have many slides, so I can use that. So in Dartpad, let's say, run it, and then I just increase the number. And I'm going to change the title to, I don't know, I just put a bunch of 5 and just reload. Then, did it work? Oh, yeah, here. Let's do it. Then, yeah, you see the number 10 is kept. And then you only change the title thanks to hot reload. So without this, you will see the full reloading, the full page, but now it's going to be useful for your debugging now. And yeah, I can go slideshow again. And yeah, so there's some few other updates. might be interesting. First one is direct native interrupt. This is not ready yet. I think they are looking for some kind of early the testers. So basically what they do is they're gonna automatically create whatever native the platform channel. It will generate it and then do the tree shaking and so on. So you don't need to look for always the plugins for Flutter application that you want to use. Let's say you have the feature, you want to use it only available in Android platform or iOS platform, but there's no Flutter library. Then with this feature, you will directly use that kind of the Android or iOS the API just directly. So yeah, this will be coming, I don't know, end of this year or maybe next year, but they are working on it. And now Impeller is the default for Android. So like iOS, so Impeller, the rendering engine, is the default for Android too. And they also announced about Swift Package Manager. So for iOS build, it's been using the CocoaPod. I mean, I don't know if you like CocoaPod. I mean, you are the iOS guy. Do you like it? Yeah, that's actually painful to use the CocoaPod, but they added Swift Package Manager. So I think most of the libraries now based on the Swift Package Manager for all the Flutter packages. And yeah, and the other one funny thing is Coco. Who knows Coco? You're iOS guy. You don't know that? Yeah. Yeah. So iOS, in design system, they have some weird shape that is the square or the circle. It's not round this square. So they have the exact the shape. They call it squircle. And Flutter, you can use a squircle to make it really exact same squircle shape on your Flutter. Yeah. And the other one is the WebAssembly. So WebAssembly is enabled by default. So if you build the web app, Flutter, then WebAssembly is going to run. And I think it's running in hybrid mode. So if your browser doesn't support WebAssembly, it will use the JavaScript still. But if your browser is available to run WebAssembly properly, then it will run with a WebAssembly. So your web application will be super fast now. And another interesting is the LG WebOS. So LG, they've been working to put Flutter in their TV, and it's already there actually. They already told me that most of LG applications they rewrote in the Flutter. But the things that WebOS SDK, you had to, I think they released or not, I think they didn't release the official version, but you had to use the additional SDK to build the Flutter app that can run TV OS and so on. But now actually LG and Flutter team is working together to put the LG WebOS build in the Flutter the official SDK. So yeah, some in near future you should be able to create your TV app just using the Flutter. Yeah. And yeah, this I can do another demo. So in DarkPath, now you can use the Gemini. Create with Gemini button. So we can try something. Any idea? Any application idea you want to try?
A game? Can we do a game?
That I'm not sure, but I can try that. Tic-tac-toe, yeah. Let's create.
It's there already.
Huh? Tic-tac-toe.
Yeah, it's
Huh?
It's like,
This one, you mean? Yeah,
yeah. No, don't do it.
yeah, I'm gonna. I think this one will be perfect. The prompt. So I just want to use the stupid prompt. Let's see. So it's generating. Why there's no syntax highlighting? Okay, I need to accept it. There's 4 errors. No, it's actually error. Okay, in this small screen, I think it's going to be hard to. Oh, I can do this. If it doesn't work, then I can use the perfect prompt.
It did something. Accepted. Compiling. No compile error, at least. No, it's compiling. So, I don't know. Maybe I should click. Try. Let's do it. I think there's a scroll issue, but yeah, it's actually kind of working, but on a big screen. But yeah, this feature is actually working. And yeah, another interesting is that once you prototype it with Dartpad, you can also open it with Firebase Studio. So using this code, it automatically creates a project in the Firebase Studio that you can properly actually coding. So this, I find it actually useful and fun if you want to try something, stupid stuff. And yeah, next one is Firebase AI logic. So I don't know if you use the Google Generative AI SDK, but that one is deprecated, not available anymore. And there was the Vertex AI, Firebase Vertex AI SDK. That one is also moving into this one. So everything about the AI that run on the client side, now it's the Firebase AI logic. So good thing about it, you can leverage all the Firebase features. So let's say security we mentioned and so on. So you don't need to worry about the API key. It's just going to using the Firebase auth to use the AI. And also it has app check. So if there's any kind of bad traffic, then Firebase will be able to filter it out and so on. And there's another one, Jankit. That one is the other one. So the AI logic is for the client side. If you want to implement AI agent in your Flutter app, you may use the Firebase AI logic. If you want to have the agent on the server side, on the backend, there might be a Jankit. So both of them is the two different AI agent stack that Firebase is providing now. And yeah, and then there's many, not only Flutter, I mean, there's many the framework supported with the AI logic now. And yeah, so Flutter team also announced about MCP. So I don't know if any one of you were at my talk last meetup, but I talked about the Flutter MCP. But the Google is also working on the Flutter and the MCP SDK in Dart. So that one still doesn't support all the features. So it's only based on the std.io if you know what MCP. But what's interesting about it is Google is also working on the DevTool MCP. So let's say you want to debug and then you want to see the screen and then you want to give your screen running to your the AI model as a context so that the AI model can automatically debug based on the screen and then based on the parameter you have in the runtime and so on. So yeah, so Google team is actually working on those kind of MCP. But yeah, I mean, I also have the MCP related SDK I'm working on personally. So that one I have the std.io and also string over HTTP, and that one also running on the web. So I have the full spec supporting, except the latest spec that we probably want to have it for security reason. But yeah, but anyway, so MCP, Google is also working on it. So that's what you want to know. And yeah, Google also announced about Gemma 3N. So if you want to run AI model on your local device, on your mobile phone, on your browser, on your the local machine, then Gemma 3N, apparently Gemma 3N has really good performance. I personally haven't tested it yet, but Gemma 3, compared to Gemma 3, Gemma 3N support, the audio, image, and also text. So it's the multimodal, the model, and also support like 160 languages and so on. So it's pretty the useful model, I would say. You can run on your local machine. And yeah, Lee, you want to talk about AI tools?
So I'm gonna talk about AI tools. So during the Google I/O, they announced a lot of small projects they did, and you could actually try them, and it's public. So one of them is Stitch. Who knows about Stitch? Who tried this one? Oh, that's cool. Okay, new for everyone. So basically, Stitch is you prompt something, it will generate for you the design. You can choose mobile or web. And there's a surprise. I'm gonna do I'm gonna do a demo. So basically what I wanted to do, I wanted it to be more interactive. So I want ideas of projects. It can be a small, simple. I just don't have any ideas. I have one in mind, but I don't want this. No, not this. I will have like something related to customer, or I don't know. Flutter website. No, no one have any ideas. A what?
Login page.
Loading landing?
Login page.
Or login page of. Oh, that's not funny. Huh? E-commerce? Okay, e-commerce theme. Okay, okay. Okay, let's try here directly. Design and e-commerce design for Flutter plushes. And the login page. I want to see the basket also, not the cards of the order. Let's try this. I don't know what it's gonna be, but so you can actually you can ask about the project, but you can also specify the pages. So usually what I do is just I take this. Oh, I take the prompt. I use Gemini to make it more beautiful. But I think it should be okay like this. It's gonna take some time. And the good thing, oh, okay, that's cool. So it designed this. The good thing is this button here. So you can actually export to Figma and update and change, do whatever you want with it. So I'm gonna do this. You can go to Figma. Oh, there's nothing to, okay, this is good. Can I update this one? Yes. Can I do that? Yes, okay, cool. So I can just go here, copy, go here, paste, and it goes to Figma. Sorry, a dev session? Dev section? Yeah, it's here. Where is it? So, if you know, yeah, if you know Figma more, you will tell me. But basically, you can here. Oh, this one, yes, that's true. Yeah, but I don't have the demo. But yeah, if you upgrade, yes, you have it. But you can change. You can. I don't think it's component here.
Yeah.
It is? Okay.
But it's not web main.
Yeah, okay. So now you have online on the internet you have AI tools to integrate Figma and generate apps. But what you can do also is export. I'm gonna do like a frame. How can I do that? Can I do that? Yeah. Can I push it to the back? Yeah. This one, and I want those two to be inside this frame. Does it go inside? Cover. No. What is? How can I put those two inside?
On the left.
So I have those two design. I want those two to be inside this one. It's because it's a rectangle. Okay. I have to use this like this. Okay, cool. So now I have, oh no. I want this frame to be a bit more gray. Yeah, like this. So I'm gonna expand this thing. ×2, download. Put in the, yeah, here, Flutter. So with Stitch, you can prompt, as you can see, you can specify the pages. Say not a lot of words, and it goes to a lot of things. And then you can go to Firebase Studio. So Firebase Studio, Stacy talked about it a little bit. So what it does, you can start with a prompt again, and then generate codes. This section of prototyping is only generating Next.js code for now. So Flutter is coming. So after Stitch, if you have a good idea, after Stitch, you go to Firebase Studio. You can attach something like an image and go to Flutter PNG, which is this one. And I'm gonna take the same prompt as this one. Okay, lens and this. Can I do that? Copy text. Oh, a bit more. Copy text. AI is doing everything. This is good. So I take exactly the same thing. I can even improve prompts. Oh, that's cool. I'm learning with you. Okay, cool. Soft pastel color, card and viewing manager color. Perfect. So with this, I can generate the project. So now it will generate a website based on the design, and it will be responsive and stuff. So you take a little bit of time, I think. You can double check. It gives you also the primary, secondary, and stuff, accent color, and just go. TypeScript, Next.js, and Tailwind, CSS. And you can just let it go. It's so cool. I don't know how long it will take. It takes some like 2 or 3 minutes. Takes some time. Do you have any questions? Time it.
Can you export the Figma files directly back into Stitch?
I think yes, but I don't know. You mean from this page, directly to a?
Because you created a JPEG. I'm no Figma expert, but I assume that you can.
Oh, sure. But actually, when you copy Figma, you paste on Figma, so it generates.
So from here, then paste back. Oh, okay.
No, you cannot.
Because the reason I'm asking is you talk about groups. Like I was thinking, what you can do is create the design system, and then you ask Stitch use the design system to generate.
Oh, you want to import this to Stitch?
It follows the design elements that you created.
I don't think that's the ready yet.
Yeah. Well, if you know how to look at Google needs help developing that, I'm looking for you. No, but I have a designer. I'm both struggling with the design system. So I thought, why don't we just use this and make our own design system?
Streamline.
Yeah.
But don't you think at the end, probably the design system is going to get prompt?
Oh, for sure.
Right? If the design system is prompt, then actually you can just copy paste in any AI agent you want to use without Figma designing.
Yeah. Yeah, well, you can put in the rules of the
Exactly.
agent.
Yeah. You can put the design system rule in your cursor, and then every time you do it, then image use that. Maybe you can experiment and iterate.
It's what design system files to imaging in a model, then
Done.
telling to get a prompt. Basically describing in every detail and then put a prompt and see. Yeah. That's a good practice, right?
And just set the context. So models usually struggle now with very large size, complex. For example, if your design system is big, you might not fit.
So it's done. He generated all the files, 22 files. I'm just checking some error, I think, and also it will run on the side once it's done. The good thing also, it's everything because it's Firebase. You can just click on publish. It will go to Firebase hosting and make it available.
What about the Firebase authentication stuff? Can it do it for you?
That I'm not sure. I never tried. It does.
Could try to use like, are you able to use Firebase as a solution, like integrate with this? For example,
this is web, right? But could you use, for example,
Like the Firestore, for example?
not for store, but export mobile code, view APKs, for example, for Android or IPAs for iOS, and then integrate with Firebase after solution?
It doesn't do it mobile yet. Yeah, it's only generated next year.
Yeah.
For now.
For now.
But I'm sure.
Yeah. Will be great.
You just keep changing the codes. You generate something, check. New file, icon style, confirming it. Oh, okay, doing changes. Okay. No, okay, almost done. So if we go back to the slide. So basically when you generate the project, it will generate source code, and then you will have an ID like VS Code, something similar to VS Code. So before Firebase Studio was Project IDX, which is a VS Code but with all the Google integrations to make it available on cloud. And not yet. Yeah, it takes some time. So the goal of the demo after that, you can this code you can push it into GitHub. So they announced during Google I/O Jules. Who knows about Jules? No. Okay. So Jules is a synchronous coding agent. So based on a repository on GitHub, you can prompt what you want to update or add a feature or anything, and it will just do it for you. So it's basically working for you on the background, exactly like this. Exactly like this. You can just let him cook, and it will do the job, create a branch for you, and wait for you to approve and merge the changes.
You can add something you automatically write the code and task iterate through and then create the PR. And you merge.
Exactly. So here he finished finally, and then oh my god, so good. I just took the design of mobile and keep trying for web. Login page here. Does it work? Does it work? Oh, yeah. Oh my god, so cool. That's I have to ask him. Okay, so now it's done. So annotate. But I want to go to the code, switch to code. Okay, now, okay, cool. That's cool. That's exactly what I wanted. It's the first time I'm trying this. I didn't do the demo. So I want to commit this. Oh, shit, what's happening? Can I do that? Yeah, I can. What is the line? Can I push it to the? Because I want Jules to add the Firebase integration. Yeah, I want to demo Jules. It's the purpose of the meetup. Wait.
But I don't think Jules can integrate Firebase.
He cannot? You think? Okay. So yeah, I have to.
I think normally after you finish the prototyping,
Oh shit.
then in the prompt, there's at the end of the
Oh.
message, there's the instruction how to set up it. So it didn't propose anything. Stack AI, Gemini.
But let's try it here, maybe.
But you need subscription.
Oh yeah.
You require paid here.
Here it says.
No, I mean because this one is using GenKit, which is not available in the Firebase.
Okay. Yes. Okay, well, I'm not gonna do it here then. But it's okay. I have a plan B. So I made this app in Flutter, like for the speaker countdown. So basically, I want to finish my talk at 8 p.m. So you have a countdown, something basic. It's on GitHub. What?
You only have 6 minutes.
Yeah. let's see what Jules can do in 6 minutes. So, for example, in this app, what can we add? So I want to add, I don't know, add a picture
To the clock.
to the clock.
A picture.
Of the clock.
Look at that classical.
Oh, okay. Use classical clock design for the countdown. Yeah, let's try this. I don't know if it's with animation. So Jules, you can. So as you can, I didn't show, but basically it's linked to my GitHub. So speaker countdown, and I say execute this task based on main. I just prompt what I want, and they changed the UI. It's cool. But now he's doing the thing. So he's yeah, it's Flutter app, this one. So no thanks. Yeah. So now he's trying to understand what I'm asking based on the prompt. So he said design the classical clock UI, implement the clock UI animation, refine the countdown logic. No. Test implementation and submit the change. So I approve. And you see there was a countdown under, because you can just prompt and wait and just do whatever you want, and it will automatically launch the task. So now he's doing the thing exactly like Firebase Studio.
It's only so back once we can actually.
Yeah, you can close it and you can enable the notification. It will come back to you later, and you can even develop another feature on the side. The good thing is you have a limit of 60. Before, when it released, you only had 5 tasks, I think. Yeah, 5. But 60 is a lot. Per account. Huh? Per agent?
So ultimately,
Yeah.
let you know the guy who wakes up, makes his coffee, he does 10 of these. Makes breakfast. Comes back, checks
10-day bread project.
Yeah, that's
So you
crazy.
know the engineering manager, you don't need to hire a developer.
What's the position?
I'm not an agent.
No, you're the AI.
Basically, just need to be okay. I'm hiring the product manager, this agent. I'm hiring developer, product developer. Is that?
So what do you say?
Is your developer would be human, or is it going to be AI?
So behind there's a human like this. His name is Jules. He's coding super fast. Yeah?
The UK group using Indian developers, built on AI. There's actually 600 AI.
Yeah.
Could you run Jules on premise?
Oh, I don't think
So
it's
if
not
you run
made
into
for
the
it.
agents,
So it's done. I don't know what he did. Oh, he changed it. Okay, he changed it. Yeah, you don't need to know. Yeah. Huh? I just trust him. It's fine. So yeah, so he created a branch for me. I can compare. Am I gonna do that? Maybe I can just go to Firebase Studio and go on my project speaker here. So if you're not familiar with Firebase Studio, you can initialize Flutter apps, and Flutter will be compiled in the cloud, and you will have the feedback. So you don't even need Flutter installed in your EC anymore. So now it's setting up the environment. Yeah, it created the branch. So it's here. The branch is here. I have 2 minutes left. I don't know if I can reach it.
I'm just thinking,
Yeah.
like I used to work with this kind of quality assurance of code, back in this CI/CD pipelines. Like, is this system able to do something like this, like be attached to my repository, watch a specific branch, and then give me some vulnerabilities?
It's not made for this, I would say.
I don't know if it has kind of, you can set up kind of trigger probably.
But why? Why? Because this is made to add features, but not listening and.
That's useful because let's say you committed the change, and if there's a trigger to trigger this task, then you automatically detect whatever you made mistake on there.
Yeah.
And then you create another branch that will just kind of something like that, right?
Yes.
On the CI/CD part?
No,
no, that's
Yeah. Listening to the new branches and.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yes. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
was related to the CI/CD.
Okay. Yeah.
Tools, something like this,
But all the reviewing agents are kind of doing it. Let's say Copilot agent is doing it. Once you create a PR, the Copilot agent is reading your code and then proposing the fixes and so on.
All you have to do is manage the prompt engineering.
Yeah.
It becomes your task.
Well, very. It will take time because there's no corporate security, there's no SSO, there's a lot of things missing for it to work very well.
Yeah.
That's the purpose of tools like Agent Space, cross-connecting everything.
Yeah.
Can I see it here? Why cannot see here? Oh no, it doesn't have. I wanted to pull the branch, but this one.
Just merge it.
No.
You gotta roll it back.
Yeah. Okay. Maybe it's a good idea anyway to have a real clock. Yeah, I can hold back. Oh, okay. I have to create a pull request.
Ask AI to read.
So if I go here, oh no. Okay, cool. I can go back to here. Can I do that? No, I cannot understand. Well, okay. Where is it?
You need to
Oh yeah, because I changed the IDX thing. Okay, never mind. I think it's a bad idea. So IDX is based on Firebase Studio is based on Nix. I don't remember the name of the OS, but it's based on it's declarative OS. Yeah. So based on this file, you can generate the whole system.
That's basically declaring on the dev environment for your.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
So you can actually share that file
To your team.
for your team member that has the exact same dev environment.
Can I pull? Good. Rebuild. Okay, I'm gonna let him do the thing. But yeah, so basically you have Stitch to design, Firebase Studio to create, for now, web, but you will be able to do it with mobile. Very interesting, and add more features, doing things in background using Jules. So with free tools, AI tools, they are free, so you can use it every day to build your new company, your new app, new product. And I have a question for how will you use it?
That's actually one more tool, AI Studio.
AI Studio, yeah.
AI Studio also have infrastructure, so you can prompt create is that on the left you see that the
Build here?
this one is creating app from properties.
Oh, okay.
Make integrated all of them together.
What I know is between Google and DeepMind. The
Oh, yeah?
AI Studio is from DeepMind, and then all the other is from Google. So they are struggling to make it like
Even
like
the
one.
Firebase Studio with the tools, it could be one.
Those are it's not from Google. I think they bought it. So I think they're working on it, but I don't know which team is actually working on it. Sure. The third party? They are not third party, but I mean, they bought the solution from yeah.
What they do.
Wasn't it from GV, from Google Ventures, like acquired Jules, and then
Probably, yeah. So that's why, I mean, it's not fully integrated as like a product, but it'll take time. Even the Azure Studio, I mean, the AI Studio, this one is not fully integrated or other Google ecosystem yet. So that's why all the naming and then all the solution are very
Yeah,
complicated.
it's very complicated.
Yeah, they're working same thing. So here, I told you like the build, the app prototyper here. This one is from DeepMind, and then Firebase Studio is from Google. So they are doing the same thing in different platforms.
Mm. Oh, that's crazy. Image to code.
Is it finished? Slug?
Sorry?
The slug is finished?
Oh,
Still doesn't have a way to show.
oh. Select time,
Ah, you did?
starting preview. So if I do 9 to 9 p.m. Huh? No, actually it's countdown. It's like so it's going the other side. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh my god, okay. Then made by Jules. Oh, so happy, it works, okay. Okay.
Is it clapping for the AI?
Yeah. But yeah, the talk is done. No, thank you. I hope you enjoyed everything. Happy it works. I didn't prepare anything. So we want to show I just did that 5 minutes before we started. Some pictures of I/O, Google I/O. So here, all the this was the Flutter community, right?
Yeah.
All the Flutter community. Jeannie's here. I'm here. Too small. Yeah, the theater, the amphitheater. Yeah, just a few pictures. I couldn't put more, otherwise it would be worse. So just community time. Do you have anything to ask or share? Do you wanna? Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, okay. So if yeah, wait. Can I go to open to the web and then I do that? Does it work? Yes. Searching. Yeah, exactly. No, it's okay. Let's see if Google can understand this. It does usually. That's why. I have to do that. Yeah, here. Okay. Copy URL. So the URL is this. Okay, that's good. Just canvas. Ah, no. Here. If I do that. Ah, no. It's this one.
Yeah. Can you click on the first video?
This one?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
It's private. It's a private reference for now. It's in this thing.
Hi, I'm in for stream. Your boss.
Yeah, can I put full screen?
Click on the YouTube.
Oh, full screen isn't available.
Oh, click on the YouTube.
Oh, the YouTube link.
No, it doesn't work. It's
I'm just gonna send you the link.
Organization remains in control. Unlike many.
Okay.
Hi, I'm InfoStream, your partner in creating efficient, secure, and scalable cloud environments. Today, I'll guide you through my capabilities, from managing your infrastructure and streamlining development pipelines to simplifying deployments while ensuring your organization remains in control. Unlike many solutions, I am not SaaS. I set myself up within your own GCP infrastructure, ensuring your data stays protected within your organization perimeter. Running my Bootstrap script will automatically provision your centralized manifest repository, my core executor, and my portal application. From this point on, all modifications to your organization's infrastructure are made via pull requests to the manifest repository, which makes every change traceable and auditable. These requests may originate from your development and operations team or directly from the portal itself, which supports change submission proposals, guided by its AI. At my core, I bring the principles of infrastructure as code to life in a structured, opinionated way. My design ensures your organization's hierarchy and project segregation are optimally managed within Google Cloud Platform. I oversee your identity and access management, computing environments, and networking with a security-first approach. While I take care of complexities, you retain control over scalability, allowing you to expand as needed without compromising governance. Each pull request is planned by the executor, and the resulting plan must be reviewed and approved by the appropriate manifest stakeholders. Once approved, the changes are applied to your infrastructure. The core executor will dynamically provision scoped executors as needed, enabling project-specific isolated configurations. At the project level, I'll handle most of the cloud complexities for you. I'll provision your networks, compute optimal subnetting, and handle NATing.
Yeah, it's like 5 minutes.
It's a solution that we call company platform engineering that completely re-standardizes Google for the clients instead of trying to improve the in-situ security of where they are. So whether you're in AWS, Azure, or GCP, it completely re-standardizes it, provides the shell to manage GitHub, GCP, Google Workspace, remanages all the groups, remanages all the service accounts, and you only control it through like 50 manifests, and it handles your service mesh, your certificate, your load balancer, your IAM, agent space now, so that you have kind of the issue that we're trying to tackle is all the shell for security purposes. So we're doing a closed alpha for engine access that handles all the cloud builds and all the instantiation. Right now, the engine is just for Google. We're working for hybrid networking with AWS and Azure, but right now, it handles completely the service meshing, completely the deployment to VMs, cloud runs, and GKE for any number of projects. I just don't advise to run production yet on that because it's closed alpha. If you guys apply, but this is what we're working with a few other groups, and if developers want to try it out, you can have it for free for 2 months in order to see how it works. I advise it for developers because you can see all the Terraform that it generates. So let's say you want to get an app routed and get into a VM or a cloud run or Kubernetes, you're gonna have all the OSS or all the GCP configs that it generates. And so you can review afterwards if you want, what are the secure ways, secure patterns, because the tool objective is to get things running extremely quickly. So it does not only the equivalent of Terraform securely, but it also does the GitHub action. It also has a portal of deployment, has also a release pipeline, has also all the management of GCP secret manager for secrets. You don't need Vault, has the management of GCP key management, not EKM. EKM is the new version. The old version is the key management system of Google. I forgot the acronym, but the new one is called EKM for corporations. And our objective is to allow small companies or small developer groups to benefit from the automation that we do for gigantic groups like Raytheon, the DoD of the US. So we do get the exact same infrastructure configs as they do, but with different set of manifests for your scale. So that's what we're doing. I think we're going to post it on the...
Yeah, you can post it in the Discord.
Yeah, on Discord, and people want to test it out. You ping me, you answer this form, and we can get an alpha access. Cool. But it's what I've been talking about to some of you for like years now, but it's actually been productized.
Okay, that's cool. Anyone want to share? Congratulations, good project. Anyone want to ask anything? No? Yeah?
Question, because my company, we're using Cursor, and some of the guys are using Cloud API, and then Windsurf was coming out. Then just based on your presentation, I can tell, like, okay, Google's going after the Cursor, space. And back then, like, the guys were complaining about Gemini, saying it wasn't enough for code and all that. So I go for the room, are you guys feel about Gemini versus Claude and use them all? That's what Cursor pretty much, uses it all. Yeah. But just based on what I see, it seems like Gemini could be catching back up.
Actually, I'm using Gemini daily. I only have Gemini on VS Code. And
with bad quality prompting, Claude is better, but you should improve in your prompt, Gemini is better. At least my experience.
Cool. And if you use Cursor or Windsurf or...
We also have to mix model and agent together. Let's say if you even on the cluster, I think sometimes Claude is working better, sometimes the Gemini is working better. And generally, I use mostly Claude 3.5 in general because that is available in Copilot. That I mostly use it, but I use Gemini 2.5 Pro a lot. I mean, with the new rate limit, I think the 2.5 Pro is quite generous now, so I use more often now. But yeah, there's no best. It depends on the code.
Is all the data from? How can you explain it? Or
no, it's just Claude has better fine tuning than Gemini for code.
For code in general.
Yeah, I always thought the code was better than the code.
But if you do very good quality prompting, particularly if you're doing Python and AI, and you're coding AI, Gemini is better. Star doesn't train on data system.
Based on the experience, if it's like one-shot prompt without the much iteration, I think Gemini 2.5 Pro generally makes better code in general. But if you do more like iteration, I think Claude does better job.
But I really like agent space. It's really cool. It's expensive. It's really cool. Because you can do the cross integration by having tools, but for all your repos of the corporation. So we've integrated. We have like 500 repos in our